What is up, college football fans and fellow members of Mountaineer Nation? This is Coos, and welcome to another edition of Coos' Corner, your go-to channel for college sports with a heavy dose of West Virginia Mountaineers. I'm going to give you my top 25 college football playoff rankings this week. But before I do, I want to ask if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button for me, please, and go ahead and smash that thumbs up button right there underneath the video. Both of those things really help me out and will help me grow my channel. So without further ado, let's head to the whiteboard. I'll give you my rankings. Here's 13 through 25. Number 12, the Baylor Bears. Bears only got one loss. It's to Oklahoma State, who's ranked ahead of them, as you'll see in a minute. They're a good football team. And they still have a chance to beat Oklahoma moving further up this list. So I've got them at 12. Number 11, Oklahoma State. Now it's my hope that when I do this next week, Oklahoma State's going to drop because they play the Mountaineers on Saturday in Morgantown, and I want the Mountaineers to pull off yet a third upset in a row, and second against a top 25 team. So I hope that I'm moving Oklahoma State down the list next week and not up. But as of right now, I've got them at 11. They have the one loss, which is to Iowa State, and it was only by 3 points, and it was on the road. It's a tough place to play. So I got them at 11 right now. They're a great defensive team. Jalen Warren's a great running back. Number 10, Wake Forest. I know Wake Forest is undefeated, but they're undefeated in the ACC, which in my opinion is a terrible conference this year. So their strength of schedule has not been great, but they are undefeated, and they still have a legit shot to keep moving up this poll and eventually get into CFP if the chips fall right for them. But right now, I think Wake Forest is at number 10. Number 9, Notre Dame. They've got one loss, which is to Cincinnati, who you'll see is ranked higher than them and who's undefeated. They just come off a nice 10-point win against UNC. There's a good chance Notre Dame wins out this year, and if they do, it'll be interesting to see what happens and what the CFP Committee does with them. Number 8, Oregon. The Ducks are coming off a 52-29 victory over a bad Colorado team. They do have the really good win over Ohio State at the Shoe, but they also have a terrible loss against Stanford. And that's the reason they're at number 8 and not up higher, potentially even in the top 4. If they had not lost to Stanford, I would almost definitely have them in my top 4 after that Ohio State victory. Number 7, the Michigan Wolverines. Michigan has the one loss. It's to Michigan State in a rivalry game. I still think they're a good football team, and they still have a chance because they still got to play Ohio State to move up the rankings. But right for this week, I've got them at 7. Number 6, Alabama Crimson Tide. I know the AP poll had them at number 3 this week. After that loss to Texas A&M and barely beating Florida, who now looks like a really bad team, I just don't see how Alabama deserves to be in the top 4. I really don't, not right now. Now, I think they may get there eventually by the end of the season. But right now, with the body of work that they put in front of us, I just don't see them as a top 5 team right now. But they are at number 6. Number 5, the Ohio State Buckeyes. I've got them one spot ahead of Alabama because their loss was to Oregon. Alabama's loss was to A&M. A&M's got 2 losses. Oregon only has the 1. But really, it's kind of splitting hairs with those 2 teams. I do think they're both really good football teams and both have a really good chance of being in the Final Four by the end of the season. But right now, I've got them at 5 and 6. Now let me show you my top 4. All right, here's my final 4. Number 4, Cincinnati. I struggled with this. I almost left Cincinnati out, but I said, you know what? They went to South Bend and beat Notre Dame on the road. Notre Dame is a good football team. That's the only loss Notre Dame has this year. They've defeated another Power 5 team in Indiana. Now, Indiana's not as good as we thought they were going to be. And Cincinnati has struggled with a couple teams that they shouldn't have struggled with this year. But that's why I have them at number 4 and not up higher at number 2. But because they have struggled with a couple teams they shouldn't have, namely Navy a couple weeks ago, I've got them at number 4, which means they could very easily be passed up by Alabama or Ohio State. But as of right now, I think they've done enough to deserve the number 4 spot. Number 3, Oklahoma. Sooners are undefeated in the Power 5 conference. Yes, they've struggled a few times. They've played down to their competition a few times. But hey, their offense looks like it's improving every week with Caleb Williams at the helm. They're undefeated. I think they deserve to be number 3 right now. Number 2, the Michigan State Spartans. They're undefeated. They're the best team right now in the second best conference in America. Just beat a top 10 Michigan team, which is a rivalry game. So I'm putting them at number 2. Number 1, we all know who's number 1. The Georgia Bulldogs. Who else, right? Until somebody proves they can score on Georgia more than 7 points, I'm still putting them at number 1. So far, they look unbeatable. If their offense ever gets rolling, I think they are unbeatable. But we will see. Let me know in the comment section what you think about my rankings, about my top 4. Would you have it somebody different in your top 4? Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Check out this video right here. And until next time.